everyone, and welcome to our, Natalie, you need to plug that in. Welcome to our last Facebook Live of 2022. I'm going to give it a moment here for some of you to catch me here and me here before I go ahead and get started. So if you are joining me live, please comment and tell me hello, and we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. So hopefully my internet will cooperate with me as we have a winter storm headed through our area. So if you're joining me, oh, hi, Carol. Welcome to Carol Grove as our first one joining me live tonight. As I mentioned, this is my last Facebook Live of 2022. I will be taking next week off to spend some time with my mom. So I will not be doing a Facebook Live next week. Carol's sharing already. Hi to Patty. So welcome everyone, to Luann as well. So yes, I am going to be sharing with you some new stuff and talking to you a little bit about some of our new product and sharing with you a project that I posted on my in my group that I had a lot of comments on and questions about. So we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. So first of all, most of you I think are under some kind of a weather advisory. I know here in Michigan we're under a winter storm warning for up to about 6 to 10 inches of snow predicted in my area. It started snowing here about 2.5 hours ago. So I don't know, I guess time will tell to see how bad it really gets. It's supposed to get blowing, drifting, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, we are kind of hunkering in for the night and for most of the day tomorrow at least. We did get my mom here. So my mom is here with us so we can all celebrate Christmas with her. My husband went and picked her up last night, which was awesome. So we've had her here with us today, and we had a cookie baking day today. And so anyway, lots more fun in store, but it's just nice to know that we are all together and hunkering in for a little bit. So anyway, a few other things I have in the way of announcements. So those of you that maybe have just joined me recently in the last couple minutes here, I want to let you know that there will not be a Facebook Live next week. I am taking next week off. I will be at my mom's for part of the week. So I will be a little bit slower in answering emails, messages, things like that. But I will get to them as soon as I can, but I am not going to be doing a Facebook Live so that I can enjoy some downtime with my family, which has been nice to be able to have that because Natalie finished her work schedule just today for until after the first of the year. So it's going to be nice just to have us all together and spend some time together doing some fun things. So anyway, thank you all so much last week for those of you that followed me over on YouTube and watched my pre-recorded video for you so that I could attend Claire's orchestra concert. It was beautiful. And I have a little video that I might share with all of you later here on my page. I taped a little song of Claire practicing for some songs she's going to be doing at our church service on Christmas Eve, weather permitting we get there. So anyway, I did, she doesn't know that I took it, but I did take a little video of her with her playing a beautiful song that I'll post for you guys. So anyway, yes, so I hope all of you that are from Michigan here are hunkering in and taking it easy, enjoying some time in your home while we wait the storm out. It's supposed to be one of the worst storms we've had in many, many years. So anyway, hoping that we don't lose power and praying for everybody to stay off the roads and just enjoy your time in the house. Okay, so if any of you shared my video from last week, it was over on YouTube. So you commented over there. It was a little bit different. But I do have two winners of the prizes from last week. So the winner of the soft succulent ribbon is Patty Fikes. So Patty, thank you so much for sharing and watching over on YouTube. So Patty, that ribbon will be coming your way. And then the winner of the glossy dot assortments, and this is funny, I have to actually mention this. I'm not sure if Courtney's live with me yet, but I know that she hopefully will be able to join me soon. She commented that she wanted to win these glossy dot. She's, oh my God, I want those. And so when I put everybody's name into my little drawing that I do, I pulled her out to win these, and I saw her comment. It was quite funny because maybe it was her good luck charm by commenting that this is what she wanted because it's what she got. So congratulations to Courtney. You are my other winner for sharing my video from last week. Up for grabs this week, we have some beautiful champagne rhinestones. I love these. They're so versatile. And then I also am going to be giving away a package of the textural elements. Now these elements are, you cannot even purchase anymore. They are sold out of our holiday catalog. So I'm giving away something you can't even get anymore. So if you still wanted to have these, share my video, let people know, other crafting friends of yours know about my videos, and you could win those next week. Okay, so I will draw, sorry, not next week, in 2 weeks, because I will not be live with you next week. Reminder, I'll remind you guys as well, but I am going to be taking next week off, and then I'll be back after the first of the year. Let's see here. Oh, so I have some new classes opening. I have spent a lot of time doing some designing. So what you're going to be seeing here tonight will be a class that I'll be offering in January. And I didn't even take the time today because my mom was here. We were baking to print off my my host code form. But anybody who does put in a minimum $30 order tonight, you'll get 3 of these projects sent to you, already assembled. 3 of the cards, I'll send them to you already done by putting in an order. I will post that host code in the description of my video, but also if you go over to my website at kimsbasementbunch.com, the updated host code is always there for each month, so it'll be there for you as well. Let's see here. So upcoming classes, like I said, what you're going to be seeing tonight is a class for January. I'm going to be offering what's called a country floral class. I know some of you may have not been able to see the catalog yet. I can show you guys the cover of it. I can't officially open it up and show you any inside pieces of it until the catalog goes live. I do know that some of you, though, are slowly starting to receive your catalog. If you do not receive it by December 30th, let me know, and I will get one in the mail to you, okay? In addition to the celebration flyer, all right? So celebration and new catalog begin on January 5th and goes through May 1st. So celebration, again, is where you get anything. You get an item for free for every $50 order, or there's also a couple items in here that you can get for free with a $100 order. And so one of the things I'm going to be showcasing tonight is the, it's called the Adorable Owls stamp set, and I can show you the stamp set when we transition down to my stamp area, but it is one of the classes that I'm going to be offering. Country Floral is the beautiful, kind of like their Valentine's Day suite, and then Fragrant Flowers. The Fragrant Flowers is probably one of my favorite stamp sets and designer series paper in a very long time. It's floral. I love floral, so I cannot wait to design with that one. I have already designed. I can't wait to share it with you. I did have some time to design in between, an hour here, hour there, but it gave me time to get all of my classes prepped for January. And then another class that you'll be seeing get posted here shortly after the first of the year is my my gnome class. So there's a stamp set in the new catalog called Friendly Gnomes, and the neat thing is the gnomes are spring themed and they coordinate with the dies that are in our holiday catalog. So if you already have those dies, you get the stamp set, you will be able to cut out more gnomes in the same shapes, but they're spring themed. And I just created that class last night. I finished it, so I can't wait for you guys to see that. And I see that Courtney just joined us. So Courtney, you were actually one of our winners for sharing over on YouTube last week, and I mentioned that you mentioning that you wanted these dots must have been a good luck charm for you, because you won the dots, my dear. When I pulled your name and I had these in my hand for the prize, I couldn't help but chuckle. So anyway, those will be coming out. I may not get those out though until after the holidays, just so you know. It might take a little bit longer. I am going to be gone out of town for part of the week next week. Also, I have a brand new club that I'm going to be introducing in February. I'm putting the finishing touches on it, but it will be my own club, similar to kind of like a Paper Pumpkin, where it's going to be a subscription that you can sign up for by the 20th of the month. If you don't want it for a month, you can go in there and you can cancel it for a month. You can kind of join it as you want, but after you complete the club for 6 months, you get $25 of a goodie bag sent to you from me as a thank you, and it includes at least I think I'm looking at having it include like $25 of product, all kinds of stuff. So it's a new club that I'm going to be giving a try, that I'm going to be focusing on. If you're part of my old club, that one will still stay in place, but I'm going to be trying a new monthly club as well. And so if you would like more information about it, let me know. I'm kind of brainstorming all the finishing touches. I kind of gave you a quick overview of it, but I'm excited to be offering that as a way for you guys to get some additional classes and product and things like that as well. I did hear you squeal, Courtney. It was, like I said, when I pulled your name for that just a little while ago, I couldn't help but chuckle. And my mom even said, "What are you laughing at?" And I said, "Oh, I'll tell you later," because I was in a hurry, so I had to tell her later what I was chuckling at. Also, if you are not if you have not signed up to be a demonstrator, now I will tell you, when you sign up to be a demonstrator, a lot of people think, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to do what you do." You don't have to do what I do, but you get a discount. You get a permanent 20% discount minimally on any of your orders through Stampin' Up! That you place. And if you haven't taken advantage of it, if you're not a current demonstrator, I really encourage you to consider joining my team during Celebration, because one of the items that you can get for free, so this is one of the promotions, you can get $175 of product, plus you can get what they're calling the Boho Blue mini machine so you get it $175 in product and the mini machine for $129. And I'm here to tell you that this mini machine is flippin' adorable. The color is gorgeous. This is the machine. I was able to get my hands on it and order it. Look at that pretty blue color. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is the mini machine. It's a limited edition that you can only get by joining and taking advantage of the starter kit and joining as a demonstrator. I will tell you that most of my team that join are what we call our hobby crafting fun demonstrators. They join because they want a discount on their product. They like to create, they like to have fun, and it's a risk-free kit. So even if you took advantage of that kit and you didn't put in another order, that's okay. It's a completely risk-free opportunity, but it's a great way for you to get your hands on that awesome little machine. Now, if you already have a machine or you don't want the machine, they have an additional offer that you can do as well, where you just get $175 of product for $99. So you wouldn't have to pay the extra to get the little mini machine as well. But anyway, I'll be talking to you more about that, but I had to show you how beautiful and cute and adorable that little machine is. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to some of you to take advantage of it, because it's an awesome opportunity. I'm kind of bummed that I can only get one of them. I can't believe that. I want more than one, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, Judy, that you're the weather. Yeah, the weather so far on my end, I'm looking okay weather-wise. I have not frozen at all. So yeah, some of you may have to put up with that a little bit, because our weather here in Michigan is starting to get kind of icky. So anyway, with that, I think, let me make sure I covered all of my announcements. And then I'm going to transition my camera down. Yeah, I did. So I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area, and let's have some fun with some new products. I think you're going to love what I have to share with you tonight. And I have an adorable 3D project that you saw me post that I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about. So let's transition my camera down and let's get creating. Okay, as always, you're going to get a little sneak peek right here on some of the product, some of the things you're going to be seeing tonight. Look at those. Aren't they cute? I love this class. It is probably one of my favorites that I have created in a while, and I just think it is so cute. Sorry for the shake. Here as I get situated. But I love this stamp set. I love this designer series paper. I love everything about what you're going to be seeing here tonight. I do need to adjust my camera just a smudge. Okay. So here we go. Who's ready? Are you ready? Woohoo! I know I am. Okay. So here's your little sneak peek, and I'm going to just kind of take all of these cards away real quick. And the first thing I'm going to share with you is most of you saw that I had posted this awesome, let me get my blends out of the way real quick, that I had posted this awesome little nugget box with Hershey Nuggets in it with my name on it. And I had mentioned that I did those for all of my family, which I did. And so, sorry you guys, I'm still adjusting my camera. There we go. I just don't like those lines not being straight. So I'm going to actually share with you all how I did this. And I'm going to make one that says the word love on it. And now I will tell you, this is not my design. A demonstrator by the name of Brenda Quintana, who I know very well, posted this on, we have a Facebook page that is just for demonstrators. So that's another thing. If you join, you'd be able to get access to a Facebook group called the Demonstrator Planning Place. And a lot of demonstrators, we share all of our stuff out there. So she shared how to make these cute little boxes with our names in them. And I have a document that I can share with you, and I'll post it, that has all the different measurements. And I actually did share that document out on my Facebook group earlier this week. But basically, the two things that you will need for this is you will need window sheets. The document that I shared with you outlined the different sizes that you would need for your window sheet and for your box to be able to make it, depending on if you had, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to kind of show you how easy it is to put this together. I'm not going to be giving you measurements because it's going to be different depending on what you're going to make with it and what you want to have it say. But there's absolutely no adhesive that went into making this adorable little box. So that is going to be what I'm going to be starting with. So I am making the word love. Now, before I get to that, I guess I should show you the cute designer series paper. So this is what is called the Country Gingham Designer Series paper that is going to be coming out in our upcoming mini catalog, okay, or upcoming January through May 1st catalog, okay? So you have these beautiful gingham colors. You have the Sweet Sorbet. You have Petal Pink. And then on the back side, you have mint macaron and some balmy blue. So lots of beautiful paper. This paper is 6x6, but it is gorgeous paper. And it's what I used on all of my owl cards that you saw me feature just a couple minutes ago. This is also the paper that I'm going to be using to make my little love box, okay? Hi, Pat, and welcome to both Pats. So this is what I'm going to be focusing on tonight. The other thing that I'm going to be using is the Alpha Best stamp set and the coordinating punch. Now this bundle is available in our annual catalog. It's only $32.25. So a really good deal. You get all those different letters and numbers, and you get all of these little backgrounds. So what I did here on my name is I stamped with the background on it and then put my name on top of it and then just punched it out with the coordinating punch. So that's how I did all of my names for my family for Christmas this year, okay? Again, great value, $32.25. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm not going to be giving you measurements because it's all going to be dependent on what you are going to need for what you want yours to say, okay? So I'm going to have, oh, there's my V. I was going to say, I hope I didn't lose my V. So what I did in advance is I cut 4 strips of designer series paper. These are cut 1x3, and that is the size that you need to wrap around your Hershey Nuggets. So here are your Hershey Nuggets. I will tell you, be really careful and sensitive. I've had a kind of an eye-opening experience because Natalie's boyfriend has a peanut allergy. And so I made it a point when I did his name to make sure I gave him all just milk chocolate and not any with nuts. So if you buy the variety packs of the Hershey Nuggets, you're going to want to make sure that you give ones to people within the ones that have this is almonds and whatever, that they are able to have the nuts, okay? So anyway, oh, thank you, Carol. Yes, that is my nails that I got done for Christmas. I don't normally do blue, but I like it. I really do. I think it looks nice. I told him I could do a light blue, but nothing really, really dark. And so I really do like what he was able to do for me. Okay, so I'm just going to, you see I'm putting glue dots on the 4 corners of these. And I could have had these wrapped in advance, but I wanted you to kind of see how easy it is to put these little boxes together because they're not hard at all. And they were actually quite fun to do for my family. So, I always say, even though, I design classes, I do all kinds of things, it's always important to find crafting time for your own personal needs. And it was so rewarding for me to be able to do just that. I'm giving, not sure if all of you saw my barn framed art that I did, but I was able to get 3 of those made for my family. So my mom, my sister, my brother are all getting one of them. And I was able to make my little names for everyone. So anyway, it was fun to just be able to have some time before the holidays to be able to do that. So my couple days off last week, that's what I did, was just design for fun for myself. And I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, so I'm going to move my glue dots out of the way. So you can see here that I have my 4 nuggets wrapped. And then in advance, what I did, whoops, I guess it helps to have a glue dot on that one. What I did in advance is I stamped the word love onto and punched them out with that little alphabet stamp set that I showed you just a couple minutes ago. So again, you want to make sure that glue's down good. You just wrap it around nice and tight and wrap it up on top of each other. Okay, so there's the 4 colors from that paper, the beautiful paper there. And then in advance, I stamped the word love. So this one could be one that I, give away at Valentine's time. So what I did is I stamped with crumb cake on the solid image. Then I stamped the letters LOVE with the Memento Black. And again, using some glue dots. I need to tear off my tail here, but using some glue dots, I did the exact same thing. I just stuck these on with a couple of glue dots. So here's our L. Yeah, sometimes they get kind of chilly being here in my basement and they don't want to come off the roll very good. So there's my L. And then we're going to do O. And again, over on my Facebook group earlier this week, I did share the measurements for this project. And I also shared, because you're going to see me cut the box and stuff a certain way. And I shared what it should look like before you start with your assembly. So I can share those again. I'll definitely share it in my post where I do a recap on my Facebook Live from tonight. So that you can make these, you can have them say anything you want. So you can see, you don't have to have them say the people's names if you don't want to. That's just what I chose to do with it because I thought it was really, really cute. Okay, so here we have love, right? So you can give this to whoever you want. You can make them, again, have them say anything that you want them to say. Now, I'm not going to discuss the measurements too much when it comes to the box and to the cover because it's going to be different depending on what you're going to be saying with your words, okay? Again, I have a template that was shared over on the Demonstrator Planning Place by Brenda that I will share with you. And so with that, though, I'm going to show you, and it also gives you all the score lines. So you can kind of tell on here, I've done some scoring in advance. And then this is going to be the cover that sits inside of the box. We actually made these for I do a team retreat. That's another great thing about being part of my team. I do a team retreat, and you can even purchase it as a kit to go if you live long distance. But I did a team retreat in October, and everybody got one of these names, one of their names in chocolate. So the big joke was who had the longest name is who they wanted to be because they got more chocolates. So I thought that was kind of cute. I'm like, well, hey, legally my name is Kimberly, so I think I want one that says Kimberly instead of Kim. So we were all just kind of chuckling about that. All right, and then what you're going to do, you can see I kind of cut off some of the little edges to make it look like a little stair step. Again, there's a file or a document or a image, I should say, that's for lack of a better word, an image, that will showcase this exactly so that you know where to cut. Now, this is just notching it so that you don't have a lot of that excess going on when you fold the box up. So we're going to do this on both sides. And again, it was kind of a last minute project, but I had so many of you liking it and asking me about it that I thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to showcase it so you guys can see how easy it is to do. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to cut these off, and I'm going to cut this one off. I've made so many of these that I can kind of now make them in my sleep. So I wasn't too concerned about my 3D project for tonight. I say that and watch me make a big mistake. But like I said, I've made these, I probably have made 20 of them between my family and a few people that I work with, just in the last little bit. Okay, and that one's gonna come off, and then you cut this one in, and we cut it at an angle this way and this way. That's called miter cutting, for lack of a better word. And then I did the same thing on the end here. Okay, So this is what it's going to look like before you do any of your folding. Let me get everything out of the way here. I'm gonna move the words love out of the way. Then from here, you're just going to fold on all those little score lines, okay? Now there's absolutely no adhesive on this. I can tell you I did score some things a little wrong, so if this doesn't fold upright, I've been trimming a little bit off of the edge. I shouldn't say I scored it wrong. I think some of them are a little bit tighter than others with the measurements. And so sometimes I have to trim a little bit off, but it's not much at all if I have to do that. Okay, so and you're gonna wanna use a bone folder to get a really good fold on this because that would make it stay a little bit better. But you fold these in. So you're gonna fold those two in, this one in as well. And then this one is going to go over top of it like this, okay? And you really can't get it all together until you get both sides inside of there. And get that kind of lined up. So it takes a little bit of finagling with it, but it does work. Whoops, bear with me here. Of course, when you're on video, it's going to be a little bit more of a hassle for you. And then you're just going to fold this in and fold all of these down. And you can see that you don't even have to. It is not at an inch. The score lines are at 5/8 of an inch and 1 1/4. But on the document, Marcia, that I'm going to be sending to you, I will showcase all of that. It'll give you it. The score lines are the same no matter what size the box is. The difference is the length. So, and this will stay in. You just got to kind of play with it a little bit with your fingernails. And once you get the chocolates in there and stuff, it stays as well. So there's the box, okay? I'm going to put the box to the side for a minute. And then I also have my window sheet here. So my window sheet is also scored at like 1/2 of an inch on all 4 sides. Again, the size of your window sheet is going to vary depending on the size of how many nuggets you're putting in. And I'm just cutting out all 4 of those corners where they're up to where it's scored, okay? So I'm just cutting them all out. So let me get them out of the way here. And I will tell you that when you're scoring window sheets, you really want to make sure that you give it a good score and go over it a couple times. They don't score the easiest, okay? And you really have to kind of play with them a little bit. But they will, when you fold it over, it does kind of find the score line and helps you kind of be able to get that crisp fold that you want. You just got to play with it a little bit, okay? Because it doesn't want to do it automatically on its own. So you can see I'm really kind of working with that. And I'm going to do the same one. So the bigger the box, they're a little bit more, I wouldn't say harder, but the more you have to kind of push on this, and you might even want to lay it down and get a good fold with your bone folder. I found that after me playing with it for a little bit, I didn't have to do that. Okay, now some of these are going to be a tight fit, but I'm here to tell you they will fit. I made many names of them. You just got to kind of hold it in here. So there's the L, O, and the V. Okay, so yes, not going to look like it's going to fit, but trust me, it will. And then this goes on the inside of the box. Oops, let me get that one in there. They are a tight fit, which is why I took ribbon to put around mine. You can see here it's fitting, but it's tight. And if I'd have taken a little bit more time to do my score lines better, you'll see that it would have fit a lot better. So I just got to play with the score lines a little bit. And then what you can do is you can then take ribbon and just tie it around there. And then you have a cute little box. Look at that. So cute. Again, like I said, I'm doing it fast on video, but you want to take a little bit more time to get it perfect. And then that ribbon that you tie around here just kind of helps hold it all together. But isn't that cute and fun? So a neat little way that you can showcase, and this is going to be so fun to do for Valentine's Day. So anyway, like I said, this one I need to play with a little bit more to get it to fit perfect, but it does work. I've made many of them, and I'll make sure I post a picture so you guys can see that as well. So that is my cute little 3D project that I wanted to share with you. This one has been used over and over and over again, so you can see it's kind of gotten used to being, it was my template for learning how to make them. But a fun little thing for you to do for your grandkids, your kids, or anything like that. Okay. So moving along, hope you liked that. I decided last minute to share that with you. Thank you, Pat. All right, so let's start with one of our cute little cards for tonight. Let me see what I do need to clean up my mess because I've got tons of these scraps laying everywhere. So I'm going to start with my card tonight that I used as my little sneak peek for all of you. And this is the My Friend card using the Adorable Owl stamp set. So let me show you the stamp set. This is an item that you can get for free with a $50 order during celebration that begins on January 5th. Okay, how adorable. Now, the only thing I wish that there was inside of this stamp set was a cute little sentiment like for babies or something, because I feel like the cards that I created would be perfect for like welcome baby or for juvenile. Now that's the neat thing. You can always mix and match these images with other stamp sets that you have, okay? So you don't necessarily have to just be using the sentiments that come in the stamp set. I chose to do that tonight with my cards so that you can kind of see how I used it. But this paper paired together with this stamp set, I think screams baby, juvenile birthday, all that sort of stuff. Thank you, Karen. I know, aren't they fun? Okay, so with this card, I again, all of my cards use the coordinating papers, which is Petal Pink, Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, and the Sweet Sorbet. So for this one, I used the Petal Pink for my card base. And you're going to also see featured on here a brand new embossing folder, because this is the metal plate embossing folder. This embossing folder coordinates with a new suite coming out that has motorcycles in it, but I loved it and thought it looked really pretty on here as well. And so that is what I used, brand new embossing folder. And I'm just going to adhere these two together. You can also see that there's some new ribbon on this card. So this ribbon is part of a suite called By the Bay, but because it was Balmy Blue, I chose to incorporate that ribbon into my cards. So again, mix and match and pick the colors that coordinate, and voila, Stampin' Up! Makes it super duper easy for us. Okay, then I have 3 strips here, and these strips are cut 1 inch by, I think they're 4 1/4, I think is what I did, maybe 4 3/4. These were just leftover strips. This was the last card that I created, and I just kind of put them on the card in any kind of fashion that you might want to do. These I just adhered directly down to the card. Now this first one is the same piece. I'm just using the front and the back of it. So I'm going to adhere this down to my card like that. And then I'm going to add my Balmy Blue strip on. So this is going to go like this. So as I'm doing my live with all of you, my mom and the girls are upstairs watching The Grinch. Claire's been wanting to watch it for a while, and she's never had the time. So she is watching The Grinch. Okay, so this is the Balmy Blue and White ribbon. I love it. It is gorgeous. It's 100% polyester, but it's very sheer, very easy ribbon to work with. And I thought it was perfect to be able to use on my projects for tonight. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the adhesive right down to the middle. And I did my normal little zigzag, but this time, normally I do my zigzags diagonally. I went across on this one. Hi, Philomena. I am just glad you are able to join us. All right, so I'm just going to put that on there like that. And then I need to bring this over here. I'm going to go like this. So again, I'm sticking it. I need to put a little bit more adhesive down. I didn't add enough. And then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to add it over here as well. All right, and it will lay flatter once you kind of get going with your card. This card's been in a plastic clear sleeve up until I took it out tonight before I went live with you all. So, whoops, let me cut it this way. There we go. All right. Gorgeous ribbon. Yes, it is, Janet. Very pretty ribbon. Okay, and then I used my layering circles, and I just am going to add a layering circle of Balmy Blue with my cute little owl. Okay, now here's the fun thing. I shouldn't say fun thing, but it is kind of fun to color. When I create my cards, I try to always use the same 2 or 3 colors of Stampin' Blends. And I do that so that if you decide to purchase the products to make these cards, you won't need to have 20 million different ink colors. You could do it with 2 or 3 or even like less if you needed to. I'm going to actually glue this down, and then I'm going to color. Now, all of my owls tonight are colored using the exact same blends so that it's ease of not having to have 20 million of them. But you can, again, mix and match and color them any way that you want. So what I used on all of my owls is crumb cake. So I used crumb cake. I used the light Balmy Blue. I used the light pumpkin pie, and I used the light granny apple green. Now, if you don't have these, you can substitute with anything else. You can make your owl brown. You can make your owl any color that you want. this is what I used on all of my cards for tonight when it comes to coloring, okay? So I'm going to just color the first one here, and I may not take the time to color all of them, or else I will be here with all of you way past our time. Hello, Donna, and welcome. All right, so this is going to be the dark crumb cake that I used first, and I'm coloring part of his face here with it. Okay, so I'm just going to color this in. And then I'm going to color his body, and then his actual face and breast I colored with the light blend. And I didn't do any color lifting on this. This is just color. So you could also use your watercolor pencils. You could use your watercolor markers. You wouldn't have to use blends if you didn't have any blends at all. Okay, so you can color this any different color that you might want to. And then using the light one, I came back in here, colored his breast area here and his face. So I'm just going to take the time to color this first one because, again, you can do whatever you'd like on here. Now, some of his cards, these cards, I colored the eyes, the garden green, sorry, the granny apple green, and some of them I colored the balmy blue. And the reason why I chose to use the green and not like a mint macaron color is because I wanted it to pop just a little bit more than what the mint macaron was doing on for me. So I kind of went with and you can see here I accidentally started coloring the wrong spot of his eyes. You just want to color this part. So I kind of messed up a little bit on my sample, but that's okay. And then last but not least on this one, I used the light pumpkin pie to color in his feet and the owl's beak. So I'm going to use my thin side here so that I don't make a mess because this is a smaller stamped image here. Okay. And then I used, isn't it cute? I love it. Okay, so this is, I'm bringing out my mint macaron ink. And I didn't stamp this one. A lot of them I stamped in advance. Hi, Marilyn. Oh, you didn't miss me. I am still live with you, my dear. So you can just join us a little bit late. All right, so I'm just going to stamp the My Friend on this one because this one I did not stamp in advance. And I'm probably going to stamp it crooked because I've been known for doing that. Yeah, I have it on here crooked. It's kind of hard to tell until you look at it from the back. So bear with me because I'm just going to stamp it. And if it's crooked, oh well. Well, it's a little crooked, but we're going to use it. Oh, I'm not going to use it. I don't like it. It's really crooked. Okay. Let's see here. I don't want to get my head right into it, but that one's even worse. All right, you guys get the gist of it. There we go. Third time's a charm. Okay. So My Friend is going to go down here on the bottom using some dimensionals. And I'm going to use the part that is nice and straight. My Friend. And then the embellishment that I used on all of my projects for tonight is the, because these screamed love to me, and so I just decided to use some little sparkly iridescent pearls. I just thought they were so gorgeous, and it just kind of popped this card a little bit. So I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool, and I put one over here. I put a little one up here. I added another little one kind of over here. You can add these kind of wherever you want to, not to your finger though. And that one, the adhesive didn't come off with it. So you just push it to the side. And then I did add another one down here at the very end. So there you go. There's our first card. Isn't that adorable? And that just uses scraps, you guys, just scraps of the leftover paper. I try to use every single pattern when I'm designing to maximize my paper for my classes. And then I had one card left to do, and I had all these little scraps, and I went, I know what I'm going to do. So anyway, again, that is using the Adorable Owl stamp set. All right, so my next card that I'm going to showcase for you is this one right here. And this one, I brought in some of the Sweet Sorbet with this beautiful sorbet checkered paper. So for my card base, it is the Sweet Sorbet 5.5 by 8.5, and I stuck with the same embossing folder. Again, my whole purpose here is so that you guys can duplicate these cards if you were to purchase the class, and if you wanted to buy the product, you wouldn't have to spend an arm and a leg to get everything that you need. It would be one embossing folder, one embellishment, one bolt of ribbon, couple blends. You get the stamp set for free because your order would be over $50, and voila, you guys would have what you need to make beautiful, beautiful, cute cards. All right, so this is cut 4 by 3, and this time I chose to use the Sweet Sorbet color. This is what was really, really hard for me, was deciding which colors I wanted to use, because I love this paper so much. On the top of this, I added some of this beautiful pool party. Balmy blue and white ribbon. So I'm just going to cut that off here. These scissors are really dull that I have, so bear with me on that part. Doesn't that sorbet pop it? I know these cards were, I don't usually always share my cards with some of my ladies in advance, but I love these cards so much that I think I sent them to like 5 different people and said, look at these, what do you think? What do you think? Because I just loved them. So that's just going to go on here in the center. I do have that a little, needs to come down a little, so let me pull that down. I don't like my ribbon to be crooked. There we go. That'll work. Close enough. Because I'm going to tie it through there anyway. Okay. And then we're going to cut a little piece, and I'm going to tie it through. I may have to go get a different pair of scissors here soon if I don't... For the first time, I'm alone down here. Usually I have one of my girls, or, Kay helped me a couple weeks ago. So usually I've got someone down here helping me, but I am solo because they are all enjoying their grandma time, which is pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna cut that at an angle. Isn't that ribbon alone just so pretty? Okay, and sticking with my layering circles, I did the exact same thing. I have a balmy blue with an owl. Look at his cute little bow tie. You can see there I incorporated in the balmy blue blend for this one. Whoops. And I will color this in later, but again, same thing. I did the dark and light crumb cake with the balmy blue and the light balmy blue and the light pumpkin. And I need to cut, oh, here's some dimensionals. Okay, here we go. And I just put this on with a few dimensionals. I need to make sure that it sticks better. I'm gonna add 3 to it. And then right in the middle, I added the sentiment, it's your day. So this would be a really good birthday one. Now this time I put the ribbon down a little too far, so I'm gonna put my sentiment up here at the top. Did that on purpose to kind of show you guys that you can mix and match this any way that you want. You never have to always make your cards just like what I did. You can kind of change them up a little bit. So it's your day. It's going to go on here. And I stamped that. It's from the same stamp set. And I stamped it using the whoops, helps to put it on the right way. I stamped it using Sweet Sorbet ink. Okay. And then I topped this card off as well. So look at that little bit of color. Doesn't that color just really bring the card to life? Again, not going to color the owl so we can keep moving along and I can get to my other projects. But you can see here that I also topped it off with some of those iridescent pearls. So there you have card number 2. So pretty. I'm loving these. Okay, let me move them up there so I can bring them back in. All right, my next card is, and again, trying to use different color combinations. So this one I chose to do, this would be a great like baby boy card. So this one I chose to do, or birthday boy, you know, with the party hat. But again, you can change them out and have the owls be different images or whatever. So this one I chose to use the mint macaron for my card base. Okay. And then I have a layer. This is cut 5 by 3 3/4. So instead of doing 5 1/4 by 4, I wanted a little bit more of the color around to pop. So you can see I've got a little bit more color there on the mint macaron. Again, using that matte or the metal plate. I had to memorize that one. The metal plate embossing folder. Again, not part of this suite or anything. I mixed and matched product from the new catalog, and it came together so beautifully. Then I cut a strip of the balmy blue paper and matted it onto a piece of the mint macaron. Okay, so this I believe is 1 1/4 inch wide, and this is 1 1/2. And I'm just going to glue this down. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you guys like my cards. These were fun, like I said, and this is a class that I'll be offering here in my basement for my local class attendees the month of January. It will also be offered as an online class, but you can get 3 of them delivered to your mailbox for free by putting in just a minimum $30 order in conjunction with my Facebook Live tonight, okay? So then we're going to wrap some ribbon around here as well using the same ribbon. Oh, look at all the hearts. I love it. Oh, hi, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. So this one I'm just going to wrap the ribbon around the outer edge, or the center of this. So you really can't see the ribbon until you add the little tie piece, but it's gorgeous. And I'm close to running out of adhesive, but I am prepared tonight, and I have a new one sitting here already opened and ready to put in there. All right, so we're going to adhere this down to the middle of the card, and then I'm going to cut a little piece of that ribbon, kind of like I did last time, and it's going to go underneath here and tie around and tie on. So again, this ribbon goes with a suite that I'm sure you'll see me do. It's called By the Bay, but it matched perfectly with this. So you can see that I used a ribbon from a different product suite. I used an embossing folder from another product suite. I used paper from a different product suite, but it all pairs together so nicely. Sticking with my layering circles because they just fit the owls perfectly. This time I used mint macaron, and I paired it with this is the third little image. There's 3 different owl images in that stamp set. Again, I colored it using the exact same blends, so there's nothing different there to show. If you're joining me a little bit late, I used the crumb cake, and then I used both dark and light crumb cake, and then I used the light pumpkin pie, granny apple green, and balmy blue. So that way it's not a bunch of different colors that you would have to use to recreate these. Okay. Again, adding the My Friend at the very, so again, this is going to go right here. Here's the little My Friend that's going to go on with some dimensionals, and I stamped that. The only 2 ink colors that I used, well, in addition to the black, so I used the Memento black ink, but in addition to that, I just used my mint macaron and my sweet sorbet. Other than those are the only ink colors I used, and then colored him in, added again some of those beautiful little iridescent pearls. And there you go. Courtney, I love you. She's putting on there that it's not too late to join my sketch challenge. Yes, you guys, I do a sketch challenge every month, and it's just for something for fun for all of you to do. So please take advantage of doing it. It's just fun. I post a little sketch, and they're nothing hard, and then you guys just kind of duplicate a card using that sketch. It's really, really fun. So I hope that I can get more of you to do that. All right, so I am next moving on to a card that I haven't shown you yet. So let me bring it in. This one right here, he's so cute. Okay, so this one, again, I wanted to pair in and bring in all 3 of these colors together. So you can see I used balmy blue, I used a layer of petal pink to coordinate with this pink. I used a sweet sorbet because if you can see down here, this piece of paper has some fine lines of the sweet sorbet color. Again, it's all about picking the right colors to coordinate together and makes it just kind of all come together. So I'm going to add the sweet sorbet piece up here. Let me move this out of the way for a minute so I have a flat surface. This is going to get adhered down to the top. This is one of my standard card templates. I use it a ton because it's perfect. Like, you can't go wrong with this. It showcases all of our paper and products together. So nice. And then you're just going to add a piece of ribbon in here to the middle of this. I think I've only got 1 card left, so I think I'm doing good on time because that 3D project took me a little bit longer to showcase. And then this is just going to stick around here like that. And then this will get adhered down to my card base. Again, the paper and the colors is what makes this perfect. I mean, I didn't have to do hardly any of the work. And then I cut a little piece. This is cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This is cut 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So again, they're going to pair together, color them again with the exact same colors. All my owls look the same. When I bring them all in at the end, you guys, those of you that maybe had to join me a little bit late, you'll see that they all kind of coordinate because they all look very, very similar in color. And then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals here. And then I added my third sentiment, that is hoot, hoot, you're so cute. Isn't that an awesome one? Now that one would be good for like a juvenile birthday, I think. And this is just going to get adhered down up here. And then, and I must have forgot to cut. Oh no, I did, I cut. So this one, usually I don't always mat the piece with a color of cardstock. I'd sometimes just do this, but that kind of got lost. So that is why I decided to adhere it together, put it on there with blue, and it just made it pop. I know, Karen, Karen, you need to start showcasing some of the awesome things you design, my dear. But yes, these owls are fun. I had a blast to be able to sit and create with them. I think I created these cards in about an hour because I just kept going. I was just like, oh my gosh, I love these cards. I'm on a roll, and I just kept going. It was so fun. All right, so that's going to go down there. And again, using your iridescent pearls, coloring it in. Again, you can see you get a really good finished card. Okay, so my last one I'm going to be showing you is this one right here. And this one was, I think, the first one that I created. I wanted to try to find something different to do with the paper. And so you can see here that what I did is I used my petal pink for the card base, and I chose not to emboss this one. I'm a big embossing person, an embossing folder fan, but you really can't see a whole lot of it. And so, and I wanted this ribbon to kind of lay flat, so I didn't do any of the embossing on this one. So I'm just going to kind of layer this one up. So this is a piece of 5 1/4 by 4. Yes, you can't wait for you to use them too, Debbie. They're so fun, so fun. And this is a 3 by, I think, not by 4, maybe a little bit bigger than that. But it's just a piece of paper. Again, you can pick whatever color you want on that. This paper, if you're wondering, and joining me a little bit late, it's called Country Gingham, and it's part of the Country Floral Suite. So it's actually kind of designed and geared towards using it with the like the Valentine Day suite. But to me, it screamed owls, and so that's what I paired it with. And then this is going to go right across here. And then I have a piece of, this is a piece of white, and I stamped It's Your Day on there, and I didn't do that in advance. I'm not sure why I did. Most of them, when I was designing them, I stamped the one for my Facebook with all of you. But then I found, as I was setting up for this last night, that I didn't have 2 of them stamped. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm just going to stamp them with them live. So that's what you're getting, is me stamping these 2 with you here. And I have another block. So let's hope I don't get this one crooked, because it's easy to do when you're stamping. Let me get that off there. And so I'm just going to try it here. It's Your Day. Oh, not bad. And then what I did is let me move the ink out of the way. I cut this little banner into this. I'm just going to do that. Ta-da! Okay. And then I'm going to adhere this down to my card. Okay. So I put that right, kind of like not quite center, but if you're more of a symmetric person, you can add it right to the center if you want. Hi, Sonia, welcome. And so this is just going to get adhered down to my card. And this went all the way to the end. So you can see I did that one all the way to the end a little bit. And then this one, I used the Sweet Sorbet, and again, stamped one of the cute little owls. This got adhered to this. You guys know the story there. The same thing with the same colors of my blends. Oh, Shireen, you have to use this stamp set. It is so fun. Like, I didn't think I was going to like this stamp set. I love it. Like, I want to create more with it. And this would also, is a really pretty celebration paper coming out that's called, oh gosh, I don't remember, but it's a big pack. It's a $100 purchase one, and it's really lots of spring colors. And this would be really pretty with that as well. Oh, and then I forgot to add my ribbon up there. So for this ribbon, all I did was cut it at an angle. So let me make sure again, my scissors are horrible tonight. They're not cutting the greatest. And all I did was cut that at an angle, and I'm gonna cut it right about there. And all I did to adhere my ribbon to the top, so I kind of used the ribbon as a banner. I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive along here. And I'm going to, let's see here, yeah, this way. I'm gonna add my ribbon. It would have been easier to add the ribbon before I put that on there, but it'll go underneath. You'll see, it'll fit perfect. And if the ribbon is too long, which mine is a little bit, we're just going to snip that off at an angle. And there you have it. Again, embellishing it with the iridescent pearls. All right, so I have about 3 minutes left. So let me bring in all of my cards that I shared with you tonight. So those of you that maybe joined me a little bit late, you can see all of them and see just how cute these cards are. Now this will be a class that will be opening up for registration for you to be able to do. Now the only thing is you'll need the stamp set. So you'll have to put in a $50 order to get the stamp set. But it's so darn cute, and these cards were just so fun to make. My 3D project, again, as a recap, was making, I did post to show you all that I made these adorable little name holders for all of my friends and my family for Christmas. And then tonight I showcased for all of you how I made it. Again, I need to make the box a little bit better, but I showcased it using the words love, and I will be showing you and giving you guys the template for that as well. So anyway, and that used that gingham paper as well. So I hope you all enjoyed my Facebook Live for tonight. I do want to wish you all a wonderful, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will not be live with you next week. I'm taking the week off to, I'm going to be taking my mom back home early next week, and I'm going to stay at her house for a couple days and spend some time with her. But I will be back with you the first Thursday in January. Again, if you would like 3 of these cards sent to you already completed, all you need to do is put in a $30 order with me from now through Sunday night, and you'll be able to get 3 of these cards sent to you as my personal thank you. I know some demonstrators send you a kit for you to put them together, but I like to send you finished cards so that you can just have them ready and be able to send them out already. Again, if you're interested in this class, look for the registration link to be opening up in the next week or so. I just have to get it over to the Gail who helps me with my marketing emails, but it will be opening up. All right. Thank you all so very much. Again, I want to wish you all a wonderful, Merry Christmas. Stay safe. I know we're all under some inclement weather right now. Stay indoors, enjoy the time with your family, and I'll see you all in 2023. All right. Bye, everyone.